Greetings. There's a wonderful Zen expression, and it goes like this. Don't just do something, sit there. Yes, indeed, sit there. Resist the urge to have to go and do something. Don't just do something, sit there. And that proverb is guiding us to the notion of the stillness and peace in just being present, being still. So I wanted to offer sort of a metaphor to help you picture or visualize or understand the depth of this Zen teaching. Is directed at understanding how to protect our peace from a place of observing one's thoughts, as opposed to being consumed by the thoughts that constantly loop through your mind. So the example is this, and I know this is the year of the pandemic, so you might not have been in an airport very recently, but I'm quite confident that you can recall the last time you were in an airport, coming off an arriving flight, and went to claim your luggage at the baggage carousel. So I'm quite certain many of you can visualize that experience. So what is that experience? Often, you're standing very patiently, usually, balanced and rather quiet, sort of witnessing this baggage carousel and all the luggage kind of literally dropping onto the carousel, the way thoughts drop into our mind, and going around and around and around. Okay, more luggage is dropping. Suitcases are kind of bunching up and getting cluttered. You know, some are like going sideways or on an angle. But we're not affected. We're not distracted by that. We tend to kind of just wait patiently to identify our piece of luggage. We're not caught up in the movements and the disturbances, if you will, of what's happening on the carousel. Okay? That loop being swept away. So we kind of get that. But now, imagine what it'd be like if you actually climbed onto the carousel, trying to find your balance, kind of bracing on these suitcases that are not steady themselves, and all of a sudden now you're going around and around and around. More suitcases are dropping onto the carousel. It's like losing some places to stand. You can kind of just literally, at points, imagine might be just hanging on. You know, far away from peace and balance and clarity. Right? You're literally just swept up in the loop of the carousel, going around and around without control, let alone peace. So picture what that might be like. Now I invite you to step off that carousel once again onto firm, stable ground, and you just stand there and once again witness from a distance, from a spaciousness, that looping carousel going around and around. But now you're no longer caught up, off balance, not in control. You're present and still, and just observing and waiting to identify your particular piece of luggage. It's such a difference. When we observe, whether it be baggage on a carousel or our own thoughts, as opposed to getting caught up in our thoughts and going around and around in that incessant loop of thoughts. So the idea here is to, the best you can, try to be the witness, the observer Eckhart Tolle refers to it as the awareness behind the thinker, that peaceful space behind the thoughts. So as the luggage is going to come, the thoughts are going to drop into our mind and kind of want to take us around and around. But if you can only remember what it's like to witness that circular loop from spaciousness, off the carousel, not caught up on it or in it. And this is where your peace abides. It's where your peace of mind is protected from that place of stillness, being that witness and maintaining control, unaffected by what's happening on the carousel as you were when you were caught up in it. So I hope this example is helpful and beneficial as we all try to understand how to become the one behind the thoughts, who is the essence of who we actually are, the witness. And finally, if you're interested in more of these ideas and teachings, and in particular, a very brief meditation, even if you've never meditated before, I invite you to join me by going to Michael Opisso on YouTube. So just bring up your YouTube app on your phone, search Michael Opisso, and I'll be waiting for you there to share a very simple but relaxing and beneficial meditation. Thank you very much and enjoy.